Greetings to everyone out there and welcome back to Around the Clock. Alright everybody, the Super Mario Bros. Movie has officially invaded theaters, and already just after one day of its release, this movie has shattered tons of international box office records. Now there's a bunch of information to go over here, so without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into our first source, which comes from Deadline.com. As you see here from the title of this article, it states, the Super Mario Bros. Movie scores 66 million global on day one, sets myriad of milestones overseas and international box office. And within the article, you'll see this. With numbers now in for the 44 overseas markets that opened Wednesday, Illumination, Nintendo, and Universal's The Super Mario Bros. Movie had a more than peachy debut with 34.7 million through yesterday at the international box office. Combined with Wednesday's domestic bow, the global one-day total is $66.4 million. Now, if you scroll down here to the second paragraph, it states this. Several milestones/records were set in markets around the world on opening day, and overall when comparing Super Mario to standard opening days, it had the top animated launch day ever in 11 markets, including Germany, Spain, Argentina, Central America, and Austria. The Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic directed film will clearly be well over early projections of 100 million internationally through Sunday. Now, let's move on to our second source, which comes from Film Updates on Twitter, and they state here, the Super Mario Bros. Movie has already broken several records. Biggest opening day ever for a video game adaptation in the US, biggest opening day ever for an animated film in 11 plus markets, and second biggest opening day ever in Central America behind Avengers Endgame. Now, our final source comes from GoNintendo.com, and they created a long list of records that have been broken by the Super Mario Bros. Movie in its opening day, so let's get into it. This movie has had the biggest debut for a Universal title ever in Mexico, the second biggest animation opening day of all time in Mexico, only behind Toy Story 4, best animated opening day ever in the UK, biggest overall 2023 in the UK, Universal's top Wednesday of all time in the UK, biggest opening day for a Hollywood animation since the start of the pandemic in China, second biggest opening day in China for a studio title in 2023, Uni's best opening day of all time in Germany, best opening day since 2019 Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker in Germany, second biggest April opening day in Germany behind only Avengers Endgame, biggest animation opening day ever in Spain, overtakes Avatar The Way of the Water and Doctor Strange 2 to become the biggest opening day since the start of the pandemic in Spain, the biggest April opening day ever in Spain, number 2 in box office behind Avengers Endgame, biggest opening day in 2023 in France, second best animation April opening behind Ice Age 2 in France, best opening for Illumination in France, took 70% of the market in Italy, biggest opening day for an animated movie in spring and for a video game adaptation in Italy, second biggest opening day ever in Central America behind Endgame, more than double Minions and the Despicable Me movies in Central America, top animation opening day ever for both Illumination and Universal in Taiwan, biggest opening of a video game adaptation and biggest April animation in Taiwan, best opening day of 2023 in Australia, biggest ever for Illumination and top April debut ever in Australia, and finally, right here in the United States, the Super Mario Bros. Movie now holds the record for the biggest opening day for a video game adaptation, beating out Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So there you all have it. Clearly, this movie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, is being well received all over the world, and this movie has only been out for 2 days. Now, these records only account for one day, but this movie has been out for 2 days and it debuted in the middle of the week on a Wednesday. Not at the end of the week on Friday, in the middle of the week on a Wednesday. So this movie is well on the way of making a boatload of cash for Illumination and Nintendo, and I don't understand why these reviewers are giving this movie such a low score. I saw it for myself and this movie is incredible, and I have a review set ready to go, so expect that tomorrow morning. With that being said, that's going to do it for this video, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and as always, remember to keep it locked here at Around the Clock, where here we focus on Nintendo news content around the clock. I'll catch you guys in the next video.